Hi, everyone.
Hello.
We'll wait for just few more moments so that other people can join in as well. Hey, everyone. Welcome to this live session, How to Create Dashboards in Bricks with AI. Just waiting for a few more moments. In the meantime, please drop a message in chat from where you are joining in from. Both me and Nathan are from Toronto, Canada. We'll love to hear from which country you are joining in from. Okay, I'll share my screen and we can get started. Okay, Nathan, is my screen visible?
Oh yeah, I can see it.
That's great. Awesome. Let's get started. Hey, everyone. I'm Anshul, your host for the webinar, joining with Nathan, who is our lead engineer. Today, we'll be basically having a live session on how to create dashboards in Bricks with the help of AI. We will also be covering some of the advanced features and some of the latest features we have released over the past few weeks. We'll have more details about those going forward. What we'll be covering today. So today we will, as I mentioned, we will mainly try to understand with the help of live demo, how do we create dashboards in Bricks, how do you customize it, and how do you share it with other people. We will be going through some of the new product features. Branding is something which we very recently released, along with few advanced features related to dashboard auto refresh functionality. And feel free to drop in your questions as we go forward. We'll try to answer them in the session. Now, what is Bricks about? Bricks is you can consider it to be your personal data analysis tool. It analyzes your data, it understands the story from your data, and then it tries to create beautiful dashboards and report in the form of charts and tables and KPIs based on your data visualizations. Now, we have explicitly dedicated our efforts to make sure that the visuals what we create are up to the mark. They are very beautiful. You might have used a lot of other dashboarding tools, but the quality of output is not as good as what you will getting in Bricks. There are other tools which really focus on beautification of your charts and other visualizations, but they are not good with data. Bricks sit right in between, which understands your data, but as well as create beautiful visuals out of it. We also have very powerful data support as well. So you are free to get your data. You will have full control over your data, and then you can create dashboards out of it. And we have tried to keep all of these flows very simple so that you don't need a separate like a 12-hour session to create a dashboard. You can do it very easily. Now, moving forward, these are some of the new product features which we released over the past few weeks. Branding, we'll be seeing it in the demo as well, but here you can actually put in your branded colors. You can customize your themes based on your colors. You can add your logos and so on. Very recently, we also released creating dashboard from multiple files. So now you can just import your multiple XLSX files, CSV files, give a command, and the dashboard will get created. We do have ability to auto refresh your dashboard so that you just need to update your data. You don't have to make any changes or you don't have to recreate your dashboard again. We have support for filters and reusing your dashboard as well. So you can use it as a template, just get your updated data and you can reuse the same configuration. We have also added support for pretty huge files. We have seen various users asking for 300, 500 or million rows of data. We depends on your data. We are able to support around 500K rows of data very easily now. Now, let's directly go deep dive into the demo tutorial. Nathan will be presenting it. In the meantime, please drop in your messages or questions on the chat and we'll try to answer as we are going in the session. So Nathan, on to you.
All right, thank you very much, Anshul. All right, so let me just share my screen. Got over here. Great. Okay, so I'm going to be showing you guys how you can create a dashboard from your data. So right now, I what I have is I have a CSV file that has sales data for an imaginary cookie company. And I want to have that data visualized as a dashboard. So in like an empty room that I have here, I'm just going to press this easy create dashboard button.
Yeah,
And so it takes us to this screen where you can select your files. I just need to upload a single CSV file that I'm going to start with. So I'm gonna click that and then select my file. So there, this is the file that I have selected. It's my sales data for the fake cookie company. And we can customize it, which we can customize the dashboard creation with a prompt, but I'll be showing you how to do that later. Right now, we're just gonna let the AI figure everything out on its own. So I'm gonna press generate dashboard. And now what's going to happen is the dashboard generation process has multiple AI agents that are specifically designed to handle each part of the dashboard creation process. To start, we have a dedicated agent that looks at your data, understands it, and plans out everything that is going to be in the dashboard. Then we take that plan and we hand it off to several individual agents that will create each part of the dashboard, such as like these metrics here, the charts, the tables that are down here. So once all that is created, we pass that information off to our insights agent that looks at your data, looks at the visualizations that have been created, and it develops these key insights for your dashboard to help you understand in plain language like what like all this data that we've shown you actually means. Then we generate a summary of the like information in the dashboard, and that's it. That's the whole process. Now your dashboard has been created,
it's
and
pretty
you can
quick.
see everything that's there. Oh yeah.
That was very quick. It was way under 2 minutes, I suppose.
Oh yeah, we've made it a lot faster like in the last month. So it's real fast now. All right, so now that you've got your dashboard, the great thing about Bricks is that it is fully editable. So you can just like click and pick things up and drag them around and move them however you want. So for example, I have this bar chart here that shows total units sold by location. If I wanted, I could change the title. I can also just go up here and grab it and click and drag. So now I can just move this around. So if I think it's really important, I can move it all the way to the top of my dashboard, move it
Mm,
there. If I want to resize, for example, I can do this. I can just like click and drag. And I just realized the AI part is taking up a little more space than I want. So now I can resize that. So now I've got more space to see what's going on over here. Cool. So I've got that. Let's say
Nathan, can you show the data once? I think it will be easy to relate to all the charts and everything once we see the data.
oh yeah, good point. Good
Yeah,
point. All right, so this was the original data that everything was created from.
that's
So it's sales data that we've got products being sold on particular months, like days of the month in cities in particular states in America. They've got the amount sold and the cost for each type of product. So each of these products is a type of cookie.
that's great.
So as you see, like what the that data has turned into, like we understand how many total cookies have been sold, which location sold the most, like what the average cost of the cookies sold was, like how much was sold in each location, like
Mm,
how much of each type of cookie was sold, like so many different types of information. Uh, yeah, and like like daily cookies sold over time. So very dramatically changes over each day, as we can see from this chart.
that's nice. So, Nathan, as you mentioned that the complete board is customizable and you were able to show how to resize blocks and everything, is it possible to customize a little bit of how they look like, colors, themes, and so on?
Yeah, for sure. So let's look at like this chart, for example. If I wanted to style this particular chart, I could click on block style and change some colors for it.
Mm,
For example, I can change like the background color. I could make it gray if I wanted. Um, but if I wanted to change things inside the chart,
Yeah.
I would want to go to edit. And now I've got a whole bunch of options for changing just the chart stuff in here. I can change it from a bar chart to like a different kind of bar chart. I can change it
Yeah.
to a line chart, for example. If I wanted, I could make a pie chart out of it.
Mm.
Let's go back to bar. If I don't like the particular color here, I could
Yeah.
change this to some other color, for
Mm.
example. And then we've got other ways to like sort and filter and everything manually in here. But I'm
Nice.
just going to cancel that for now and undo this for a second because you don't have to do everything manually. Now, with the help of AI, you can like have the AI do things for you. So, for example, if I decided I don't want this to be a bar chart anymore, I can just ask the AI, make this a stacked line chart.
Mm.
So what the AI is going to do is just going to take my prompt, look at the chart, and then like do what I told it to. So it should
So all the
change the type of this
customizations
chart.
you just showed on the chart composer are available with the help of AI. Yeah.
Uh, so the AI is too smart. It knows a stack line chart doesn't actually make a whole lot of sense here.
That's true.
So I'm just gonna force it.
Just a line chart. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah,
Actually,
so
that's a
like that's
very
how good the AI
that's
is. It like it understands the structure of the data and it
yeah,
tries to guide you if you do something kind of silly like this. So I forced it to go through. It did it a bit like as I said. So like it works.
that's nice.
All right, so now let's say I want to change the color with AI. So instead of blue, let's say I want change the line value color to let's say a light red. And there we go. It changes
Wow.
it to a nice light red, just as we asked.
That's great. So individually, I can absolutely modify the colors and look and feel of individual blocks, but is there a way I can just do it globally? Like, are there any predetermined, predefined themes?
Yeah, so you're not necessarily always going to want to do things on an individual level. That would just be for special cases. So you're generally going to want to pick a theme for the dashboard. So you can click this themes button over here. And then you've got a bunch of themes options. We've got some custom ones already made, but I'll show you the standard themes that everyone gets.
Yeah.
So this one is always selected by default, but you can change to like energetic, for example. And with like the premium or pro plans, you can get these other kinds of themes.
Got it.
Let's show like what they look like over here more. So this is our professional theme. We've got a dark mode theme and a corporate, which is even darker. We've
Mm.
got business, creative. They all look pretty nice. But let's say you want to make the colors match exactly your company colors. So you can do that by uploading a screenshot
Mm.
or just some sort of image that contains your company colors.
Yeah.
So to show you an example of this, I'm actually going to create a new image block here and just pick out the image that I'm going to use. So let's say this are my company colors. This is the image I'm going to use to create a new custom theme.
Mm.
So what I'll do is I'll click on this upload logo or screenshot button right here, and then I will select that image that I just showed you in the dashboard here. So it's going to take some time to figure out the colors that are used in that image, and it was pretty quick. So it picked out the colors, and now the dashboard colors have been changed to this like yellow and black style. And so like our old customizations, they're still there, but everything else, the default colors have now been updated to the custom brand colors. So yeah, it's just that easy to go from an image of your brand colors to a custom theme for your entire dashboard.
Looks pretty good. And is it possible to change or edit any of these colors once they have been picked up by AI?
Yeah, so once the theme has been created, there's a little edit button right on the theme here. So you can click on that, and then you have the option to change the various colors here. You got your primary, secondary, accent color, and then the charts have got a whole set of colors for if they have multiple values in the chart. So
Yeah.
that would be these colors right down here.
Awesome. So colors, I can very much customize it over here. Is there a way I can add my images or logo in the dashboard?
Yeah, so other than just setting colors, you might want your company's logo in the dashboard. So let's go up here and make a little bit of room where I want my company logo. So similar to how I showed you that over there, we've got this plus button when you want to add a new block to your dashboard. So
Mm,
when there's space, you click the plus and then you pick your type of block. I want to add a logo, so I'm going to pick the image block
yeah.
and then select upload image. And then I'm just going to pick a company logo. For me, I'm picking the Bricks company
Mhm.
logo, as
Nice.
that's what we get. And that's how you can add like your company logo to your dashboard.
That's amazing. So Nathan, now that we have seen how to customize your dashboard, we added new, I think we mainly modified modified the existing chart. Can we add new charts? So, for example, if one of the insights is not already covered by AI when the dashboard was generated, can I just prompt AI to have a look at my data again and create some more insights out of it?
Yeah, so like if you're scrolling through and you're looking at your charts and you think I could use like a bit more data here.
Yeah.
So you can go back to the AI chat interface over here with this button. And I don't want to deal with that image. I just want to create something new. So I'm going to ask the AI, please create a new chart
Mm,
from my data that doesn't already exist.
okay. So you can be very generic over here or very specific if you really wanted to, for example, product versus sales group by country, for example, right?
Yeah, yeah, like it works great if you give it very specific
Mm,
instructions. And again, it can also work pretty well if you just ask for something general. It'll come up with something. Like if you don't tell it what you want, you don't know what it's going to come up with.
got
But that can be fine in certain cases. Like right now, I just said create a new chart that doesn't already exist. It gave me units sold by location over time
got
as a stacked line chart that
awesome.
definitely didn't already exist in our dashboard. So I
Awesome. So,
can
Nathan, there is
drag and make
one
it
question
bigger.
from Kapil, who is actually giving us a question which we can
Right.
try it right away. The question is, can you show top five products sold in Las Vegas? So it could be just a query on AI for us.
Yeah,
Yeah.
sure. Let's just take that prompt
Yeah.
and let's just throw it in as a command instead of a question. Just show top five products sold in Las Vegas.
Yeah.
Um, it'll like we'll see. It'll either pick a chart or a table with that
Yeah.
command because we haven't specified because either one could show that information.
That's correct.
So it decided to create a chart, and there it is.
Yeah.
It's created the chart, and it is actually the chart was pretty good because it shows us the values, and we got a better visual to be
Yeah.
able to see like how much each one has been sold. So
That's
yeah,
great.
great
So, and yeah,
suggestion.
if needed, we can convert it into a table as well. But let's assume, Nathan, now everything has been customized. We played with the colors. Now I'm satisfied with it. How do I export or share this dashboard with other people, like my colleague, friends, and so on?
Yeah, so exporting and sharing your dashboard is pretty important. So to do that, we've got this share button up here. So you can click this, and then you can enter like the name or email address of someone that like works with you to be able to like just directly share it with them. You'll be able to like select like some permissions on
Yeah.
it. You can just copy a link and just paste it in like an email or Slack or a message or something. And it can control some permissions here. You
Yeah.
can access or if you can edit with getting to this dashboard with the link. You can also just export your dashboard to a file. You can export to PDF or PPTX format.
Mhm.
And then You can also publish the dashboard like publicly online for anyone with a link to see. So to do that, you would click the Create Public Link button here, and you can publish like the entire like file here, but normally you probably just want to select just the visual part, just the dashboard part, so that people don't look at your data. I mean, you can if you want. It's
Yeah,
totally fine. It might be helpful. But for this example, I'm just going to select the dashboard that I want to share and press create. And now I've got this link down here. I can just press copy. And now I've got like a link that I can share with people, and they can come see the dashboard without having to log in or anything.
that's nice.
Yeah.
And later on, for example, if I wanted to just not publish the dashboard, I should be able to just unpublish the dashboard as well, right?
Yeah. So as you can see here, it's like green, indicating that it has been publicly shared. So we've got this label saying anyone on the internet can view. If you don't want anyone on the internet to be able to view it anymore, you want to remove it from being published, you can click on the green bar there. And now, since it's published, we've got this unpublish all button here.
Mhm.
So you just click unpublish all, and now it goes back to normal. It is no longer available on the internet. And
That's
yeah, now it's back to normal.
awesome. So one more thing to note over here is, although it is published to internet, it's a public link, but the link itself carries a UUID, a password, so that anyone, it's not like it is visible on internet. It is not searchable by SEO
Mhm.
engines. So link still remains private to you, and but you can very easily share with anyone so that others even don't have to log into our system. So okay, that's really great, Nathan. I think we can take some of the questions from our chat. There is one question from Kurt. Can you speak in a little more detail how you control for the stochastic nature of LLM visualizations? So I think maybe I can try to answer this question is, I suppose we are not generating an HTML output directly from LLM. So the way we control our visualizations and output is the LLMs just generate what needs to be shown. And then we have full control over what visuals, what layout we want to choose to show it over here. As you would have seen, that's why the complete dashboard is also editable. If it would have been just an output from LLM, it would not have been so much editable. So, Nathan, if you have
Yeah,
anything to be added, yeah, feel free to
yeah,
add
like
it.
this isn't really the same as what you're gonna get in ChatGPT.
Yeah,
Like these charts, like they're like sort of they're our own charts, and all the AI is really doing is it's just taking your existing data from like the data that you've uploaded here, and it's just putting it into a chart format. So it doesn't have to like regenerate all the data or anything. It's
yeah,
really just like passing a configuration to the chart to say, hey, chart, here's the data. You just got to render it in this particular way. So we don't really have to worry about the AI like hallucinating or like inventing numbers or anything because it's just taking your existing numbers and showing them
that,
in the code that we've already written for the chart.
that's true. The next question is from Jonathan. Can you customize the theme to our company's colors if hex codes are given? So I think,
Yeah, for sure. Beyond what like I showed earlier with all of those things, you actually also can customize like the entire board style over here.
mm,
You've got a color picker here, and like you can select like stuff like this, and you can also like click more colors, and you get a full color picker here to select with hex codes. You get the same thing over here, like with any of the blocks, you get block style.
yeah,
You can select this, and then more colors. You can select the hex code here. And you can do the same when you select your theme. You can press the hex
exactly.
code button in the theme.
Even in the custom theme, you just maybe upload a screenshot of your colors and we'll be able to extract colors out of it. Or you can just write hex color. I'm sure AI will be able to figure out colors from that as well. Yes.
Yeah, like in these custom themes, like it does a great job of pulling out your exact hex colors. But if it's not exact or you like really want to make sure it's perfectly customized here, yeah, you just go to the theme, press the edit button, and
Yeah,
then click on each color and just put in your exact hex here as you want it.
absolutely. Okay, the next question is again from Kurt. How do you maintain security of sensitive data? Is the solution 100% SaaS or can it be deployed with a customer's tenant environment?
Yeah, so we currently don't let people deploy it to their environment. It is 100% SaaS, but we do use like the like best practices available for securing and storing your data. Everything that we store is encrypted,
Mhm.
and like it is like fully like locked down in our AWS environment. So like no one's gonna be able to like really read your data.
Yeah. So your data remains private to you unless you explicitly share, as we have seen some of the sharing options what Nathan had just shown. None of your data will be visible or accessible by anyone else. Apart from the encryption and the storage logic, what Nathan just mentioned, none of your data is utilized for any of the AI modeling or any of the AI training. All of your data remains property of you, and we are not using any of your data because we understand we are dealing with users' data, Excel data, CSV data. It's everything is about data, and many of your data is very much private to you. So we take care like data privacy and security to a very high standard. Okay. Then I think maybe let's just take a last question, Nathan. It's from Jonathan. Can the summary, overall insights, and chart insights adapt or change if the chart filters are modified? I've had challenges with the insights adapting to chart changes. So I think it's a perfect segue to take on the next set of features. So maybe let's first talk about the filters, Nathan, and then we can try to answer this particular question.
Yeah, so you can totally filter your dashboard. So we'll show filters first, and then we'll get to answering your question, Jonathan. So let's say I wanted to filter this dashboard by like the type of cookie.
Yeah.
So I'll ask the AI, add a filter for the product type. So product was the name of like the column in the
Yeah.
table that we had over here. So now we've got a product filter. So these are the types of products. These are all the types of cookies. So let me scroll down so I can show you
Yeah.
what happens when you change these filters. So we've got all of the cookies being shown right now, but let's say we don't want to show chocolate chip. Let's deselect chocolate chip, and then the charts, like the whole thing, has updated
Mhm.
everywhere. So not just this chart, everything is updated. So units sold has updated. So if I take away double chocolate, you're going to see this number go down.
Yeah.
There. It instantly updates based on your filters up here. So yeah, that's how you can select, update the filters. Is there anything else we should show filters before getting to Jonathan's question?
I think it's mainly multi-level filtering. If you want to show like it's just a single level filtering, we might want to have like filtered by location as well after the product has been filtered out.
Sure. All right. I'll add another filter then. Add a filter for location.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, it's just gonna add the location filter. There we
That's
go. Now we've got this. And so let's filter by more locations. So right now our top location is Seattle.
yeah.
But if we take away Seattle, let's find out what the next top location is. All right,
Mhm.
it's San Francisco. So I've removed all Seattle data from our dashboard. So now we've got San Francisco. All of these numbers are going to be smaller. Yeah, everything like has updated.
Absolutely. This is great. And now I think we can take Jonathan's question. So exactly, Jonathan's point is absolutely correct that the insights are not getting refreshed once we are applying the filters. So Nathan, yeah, let's.
Yeah, so it's like a little too much to be updating the text here every single time you make a change because
Yeah.
like you could be clicking this button and changing a whole bunch of things and like you don't necessarily want the text to change every time. You might be taking a while to figure out what filters you want to decide on. So what you may or may not have noticed is when I change the filters up here, we actually have this little message added to the AI chat. It says the dashboard is updated with new data. Do you want to update the text insights? So you can press this refresh insights button here, and it will go and update all of the key insights and your insight summary. if like this button isn't here and you've made some other changes, like let's say you went to your uh,
Yeah.
data here and you made some changes to this data, this might not necessarily show up. So you can always, at any point in time, refresh your insights and your insights summary, like these insights, by going to actions here.
Yeah.
And we've got a refresh insights button right here. It's the same as this refresh insights button, but this is just in the menu. So you can press it at any time. So let's give that a shot right now. We'll just press refresh insights.
Yeah.
So now we're going to go through the process of re-looking at the updated data that you have changed, and we're going to
Yeah.
regenerate all of these insights for you.
Exactly. So chocolate chip was the highest product sold, and but in the new chart, in the filter chart, I suppose oatmeal should be the highest product sold.
Yeah, because we removed chocolate chip from here.
Yes.
So
And
now
now
it's
we can
updated.
see. Awesome.
Yep, exactly. It says oatmeal raisin is the top seller now, followed by sugar, which is the second top since we removed both chocolate chip and double chocolate.
All
So
right.
yeah,
That's great.
key insights are updated and the insight summary here has been updated as well.
Absolutely. This is great, Nathan. So, Nathan, as I think we have been talking about auto refreshable dashboards, we have already seen how the dashboard is refreshed whenever the filters are applied, which was expected because that's how the filters work. How does it work with the data changes? For example, I have my data right now on the spreadsheet as you had shown. Can I manually update any of those data so that the charts and the dashboard will get updated?
Yeah, for sure. So you could go over to your spreadsheet and like do some manual updates like copy and paste data, for
Mhm.
example. But what I'm going to do to show you an easy way to update your data is we've got the actions button again over here. And so we've got this update data option
Mhm.
under actions here. So you can use this button to replace or append data to your like source table here. So I'm going to click that and it's going to ask me, how would you like to update the data? I can edit manually, which you
Mhm.
can always do easily. You can replace the data. But for this example, what I want to do, I just want to add more data to that table. So
Yeah.
let's show this chart here. So my data currently only goes from like the end of December, beginning of January to March over here to the end of
Mhm.
March. So let's say, for example, that I got more data in. I got more sales data for the month of April, and I just want to add that to this dashboard. So I'm going to press append to data, and then I'm going to select my April data CSV.
Yeah.
And so under the hood, it has now updated my data table. As you can see, this chart updated. We now have April data over here.
What it
I
said.
kind of the rest squeezed over and we've got new April data right here. And because we updated the data, it asks us again if we want to refresh insights. So you can do that, like you can make as many changes as you want and then refresh the insights. So let's just
This is
show you over here, this little selected section. This is what was just added. This is all the April data that wasn't there before. But
yeah.
yeah, so that's how
Okay.
like you can just add more data. If I wanted only April, I could have replaced it, but you don't always necessarily want to destroy the existing data. We'll show some more options for doing that sort of thing in a minute.
That's great. That's great. So I think before we see the next set of features, I'll just initiate a poll. So everyone, please answer these questions. These answers really help us to shape our product and cater to your needs in our product roadmap. So yeah, Nathan, I think the next question will be once the dashboard has been created, I do want to reuse the same dashboard for different set of data. For example, I have dashboard created for one client. I want to showcase or use the same dashboard for another set of clients. How do I do that? How do I reuse it as a template?
Yeah, so having data for clients is super, different clients is super important. Let me just get rid of these filters for a second so we have like the base dashboard.
Yeah.
So we've got all these changes that we just made to this dashboard. We got the colors, we got our logo. And as you can see in the data, this data is for like American locations.
Yeah.
But it's just like you might do like have data for one client, data for another client, I've got data for another location.
Mm.
So this is the American data, but I've got data for the UK. And what I can do to reuse everything that we have here, all of this exact layout, colors, structure of the dashboard charts,
Yeah.
what I can do, actions button again, very important button over here. We can click that, and we've got this reuse dashboard option right here. So if I click that, and then I will select CSV that is the same structure as the data that I had for American data, but this time it just contains different data. It is for the UK. So it's
Mm.
going to just recreate that exact dashboard that we just had, but replace the underlying data with the new CSV that I just selected. So it's going through and like regenerating the whole thing. It's recreating the blocks, and then it's going to recreate the insights. Wait, did I select the wrong one?
You might have.
I
It is
might have
still in your
selected the wrong CSV.
data.
Okay, yeah, because it still
Okay.
says
Yes.
American stuff. Oops. All right, let me try again. All right, reuse dashboard. Okay, it's time make
This
sure
one, Nathan, this one already has a warning. So,
oh yeah, let's
yeah.
go back to the other one then. I
Maybe you can
think
also show how to create a template as a room, how to copy a file over here. That will be a good way to proceed, and how to save a particular file as a template.
yeah, it's a good idea. So let's say like we had that dashboard that we just created, and I want to make sure that it doesn't get messed up at any point, or I want to reuse it for something
Yeah.
else. We've got the three dots menu over here, and you can select the duplicate option. So now I've got an exact copy of that dashboard. And to make it clear that I want to use this as a template, I'll just add like the template name to it.
Yeah.
So let's go over here, click that, and try to reuse this guy properly as a template. It's just a copy of the file, essentially. So let's click Actions, click Reuse Dashboard. I'm going to select the UK data.
Yeah.
There we go. All right, yeah. So it just when it creates the new file, it says template a copy of the
Mhm.
file as the initial starting point. So we're creating the blocks, and I think there actually might be a bug, and it's not
Mhm.
replacing the data for some reason. Maybe that's why we're getting the unable to
Okay.
refresh button
Never
there.
mind. I think, yeah, we will be able to figure that thing out just after the webinar, but that's how the feature works. So, Nathan, moving on to the next section. Once I mean, we saw that the dashboard can be created with a single set of data. We uploaded a CSV. How can I create dashboard with multiple data sets? Can I upload multiple files over here? And how do I customize the dashboard, or how do I prompt dashboard? I want my dashboard or charts to look like a specific way.
Yeah, so as you saw earlier, when we made it the first dashboard, I started with one CSV and I didn't give any instructions, and it was the January to March data. And then I added the April data in after. So let's create a new dashboard, the create dashboard button, and instead of like creating it with one CSV and then adding the other one, let's
Hmm.
upload both CSVs at the same time. So I'm going to select the January to March data and my April data at the
Awesome.
same time. So here's January to March, here's the April data. So we'll be able to create the dashboard from both files together. And then let's say for this particular example, I also want to customize the dashboard in a particular way because I want like the dashboard to have a specific structure, specific look to it. So I'm just going to paste in this pre-written prompt that we have. So instead of like just letting the AI create the dashboard however it wants, we're going to ask it to compare sales specifically between March and April. And we're going to ask it to like analyze sales metrics for all locations, and we're going to specify that it should include a chart that shows which locations did best in sales. So we're going to be looking for these two things, a comparison between March and April, and a chart that shows which locations did best in sales.
Hmm.
We'll generate the dashboard from these two files. So now you see both file CSVs that were uploaded. They're down here as our data sources. And the AI is going to look at both of them to create the dashboard from both. And it's going to incorporate the prompt that I gave it right here to create the dashboard from using the structure that I have told it to use. So, as I said, I asked it to compare March and April. We've already got the title saying it's the monthly sales comparison, March versus April. And it's just going through and creating the blocks now.
That's nice. So it will actually take care of whatever prompts we have given over here, and these prompts could be as accurate and as detailed, as descriptive as possible.
Yeah. So as you see here, we've got just March versus April data. We've got units sold in April, units sold in
Mhm.
March. The top location in April was Seattle, and the highest revenue location in March was also Seattle. And here we've got like a comparison of March versus April units sold. So
That's
because we
nice.
told it specifically March versus April, it did it. And it took the April data and the March data from this other file. So it used everything we threw at it, the specific prompt, the multiple locations of data, and it did the comparison that we asked for.
That's nice.
And because we also said analyze this and include a chart that shows different locations did best in sales.
Hmm.
So we've got total sales revenue by location. So this shows like which locations like it did the best in sales, which would be sales revenue.
That's nice. So AI will try to cover most of the ask from your prompt, but in case any of these things are not visible on your dashboard, as we have seen in the demo, feel free to add those queries and prompts onto the AI chat bar and you'll be able to get whatever is missing out over here. So this is really nice, Nathan. I think we have few more minutes to cover. I think maybe we'll take one last question from Phoebe. Uh, how can I create dashboard to show real-time updates from Google Forms, for example? So maybe I'll answer that, Nathan. I think this is one of the requirements, and this is the same question which have been asked on the poll as well. Like we are actually have started in figuring out how to fetch real-time updates or have some data connectors from some of the external sources, Google Sheets, Google Form, Microsoft Live, Salesforce, maybe some other data connectors. So we are trying to prioritize those. So please answer those questions on the poll. We'll be able to prioritize those things accordingly. But for now, the best thing what we can do in Bricks is to just import your data and re-upload your data as Nathan had clearly shown earlier in the demo. You can easily refresh your data and the dashboard will get refreshed automatically.
Yeah, that is good. Like we do want to like have connections to data sources like Google Forms to have it auto updated.
Yeah,
But for now, you can just go and like add in the data to your existing table.
that's correct. So Nathan, absolutely. The another question from Emily is there a workaround to reuse a dashboard when you have more than one data source? Currently, it says it is not supported, which is absolutely correct. So maybe we can show how to just update the data source after we have duplicated a file.
Yeah, so like if you've got multiple data sources, so like we've got our table over here in this file, and we've got our table over here in this file. So what you can do is what I showed earlier, where you've got your template. So let's create a template from this one. I'll duplicate it and I'll go over here. So now in this second file, let's say I want to update this. And because we've got two different tables, you can actually go directly to your table, press this More button, and then we've got an update option here. You can replace the entire table data or you can add more data to this table. So these you just select like your CSV file, for example, and that'll just do either in a replace or append over here. So it's a little bit more of a manual process, but like it does work.
That's great. So, Nathan, I think we are almost on time. I think the only thing which we want to now cover, we have a help button over here. So, whenever you have any concerns, issues, need assistance or help, or you want to discuss about any of the features or any of the flows in Bricks, feel free to reach out to us. Like the real human will be talking to you guys. So you can just click on the help menu on the left hand side as Nathan just showed it to you, and then start a conversation. Once you start a conversation, we'll be receiving a message. Either we'll be resolving your queries onto the chat, or we can schedule a call as required depending on the query. So, so I think that's about it. Thank you so much, Nathan, for showing this great demo, walking through all the features and the queries. And thank you, everyone. Thanks a lot, everyone, for joining this session. Thank you so
Yeah, and
much.
they'll get an email with a link to the video, right?
Absolutely, yes. After the webinar, I'll be sending out an email with the recording of the session. So have a watch out for that thing, and you can of course reach out to me or onto the support email for any other further queries. Thank you so much, everyone.
All right.
Bye.
Thank you.
Okay.